Thank you very much. Okay, firstly, an apology. I called this a barn earlier. It is a shed, allegedly. I'm not quite down with the Aussie lingo, so I apologise. I'd like to say a few words before we get on to the proper speeches. But what can you say about a man, someone who's a real good mate, someone who is on your side no matter what the problem, and I think it's fair to say a man whose wit, charm, dashing good looks, and international jet-setting lifestyle have been the envy of many men for years. But that's enough about me. This is James's big day. My name is Alistair, and I have the honour of standing in front of you today. As you may be able to tell by my accent, I'm from England, so please don't hold that against me. And I hope you don't see me as a stereotypical Pome. But I was thinking about what I could say when I got here a few days ago, whilst having my weekly shower. It's every week, whether I need it or not. I was going to make fun of the way that James looks, but mate, today you look dazzling. But I think that's the light shining off his head. Only kidding, mate, you've got the face of a saint. Bernard. I was looking into his birth date to see if anything significant had happened on that day. It turns out the only thing of interest is that the staff at Mooney Ponds Hospital still regard the 23rd of May 1979 as Ugly Wednesday. It wasn't just his looks that hold him back at school. At his first school, James was different than all the other 6-year-olds. He was 11. Ladies, his physical form is not all that bad. Like all boys, when God created James, he gave him the choice of either a great memory or to be well endowed. I've forgotten what he said. I actually became good friends with James whilst he was living in England, and it was on one of our many drunken nights out. A couple of weeks, or a few months actually, before he met Anna, we were staggering down the road in London, and James turned to me and said they had been single for a while now, and he knew there was going to be a girl for him just around the corner. Sadly, the police had moved her on from where she'd been the night before. So James went home alone. Anna and James make the perfect couple. And I was having a deep and meaningful conversation with James last night about exactly what he wanted out of this marriage. And he said, Ali, I want to be a model husband. I want to be a model father. And with a little grin, he added, I also want to be a model lover. Being the quizzical chap I am, I looked up model in the dictionary and found it to be a small miniature replica of the real thing. Not being married myself, I turned to a gentleman called Clement Freud for some words of advice for a happy marriage. And he said, always introduce her as your first wife. It keeps her on her toes. And with that, I'd like to propose a toast, please. First one of the evening, to the bride and groom.